Good day everyone. I am Dr. Smita Sharma, Associate Professor in Physics, Government Dungar College, Bikaner. And today I will be telling you something about citation indexing. So before talking about citation indexing, we must know what are citations. What do you mean by citations? And for that, for discussing citations, we'll go to research. So, what is research? Research is nothing but search for knowledge. Or we can say that it is search of something that is not known to us. In a better way, we can define research as a search that is systematic and in scientific way. Now, research done on any field is influenced by the person who is doing the research. The quality of research entirely depends on the researcher. Now, where citations come into picture? Citations promote the research process of a researcher. So, let us define what are citations. So citations it is the way you tell your readers that certain material in your work came from another source. In a simpler way, citations are this. We tell the readers that my certain material in my work is taken from some other source. Or in a better way, we can say that it symbolizes the conceptual association of the scientific ideas. Basically, what is done whenever I do some research, I go through all the prior work done on that topic, and then I do my research work. And whenever I write it in a research paper, then I mention all the prior works that I have read to do this research. So what happens? It creates a linkage between the current research work and the prior work done on the research. So this collection, this symbolic collection or association of the ideas is called citation. But one can ask you, why citation is needed? What is the necessity of citation? So, citing or documenting the source used in your research serves three purposes. First, it gives proper credit to the authors of the words or ideas that you incorporated into your paper. Whoever has written that particular idea or given up that particular idea is given proper credit if you mention it in the current research. Second, it allows those who are reading your work to locate your sources. With the help of if you are mentioning that I have taken this, I have read this, or I have studied this work from this paper, then a person who is reading your research paper can look, if he is interested, then he can see the source and then he can locate it to learn more about your ideas. Third, citing your sources consistently and accurately helps you avoiding committing plagiarism in your writing. So it helps us to avoid duplicacy of the work, even duplicacy of the written work and the research work. So this is why citations are really necessary. Now here you can easily get misled by citations and references, because whenever we write a research paper, we give lots of references. All that we give because we have consulted those papers, and we have consulted those papers and given up our current research work. So we can easily get misled by citations and references, but these two are different terms. So what is the difference between citation and reference? It is very simple. If a paper contains a bibliographic footnote using and describing paper B, so what paper A is doing? Paper A is mentioning paper B in his bibliographic note, that he has referred this, go through this paper, and with the help of paper B, I have written paper A. This he is trying to say. Then what happens? A contains a reference to B. So A is referring paper B. Whenever A refers paper B, then B has citations from A. This is the difference between reference and a citation. So the number of references a paper has is measured by the number of items in the same paper, which is given in the bibliography as endnotes or footnotes. So references are calculated from single paper, and they are given either as endnotes or footnotes. Now, how will we calculate the number of citations? Number of citations of a certain paper is not calculated from a single paper. It is found by looking it up in citation index and seeing how many other papers mention it. So, to calculate number of citations of a paper, we need citation index. So what is citation index? Let us discuss. So if we give the definition of a citation index, it is an ordered list of cited articles along with list of citing articles. Here the cited article is identified as reference and citing article is identified as the source. What is citation index in a simpler way is that it is basically prepared by utilizing the association of different ideas which exist between cited and the citing. Basically, what does it do? If a person is doing some research and he has consulted at least 9-10 different papers and he is given in the reference, then the recent paper, the paper which he will publish has all the lineup prepared on that work, on that work, and he has all lot of references to the present work. So what we can say, that whenever a recent paper cites a previous paper, there always exists a relation of ideas between the two papers. So citation index utilizes this relation of the ideas, and it collects it in as a reference and as a source, and it prepares a complete list of such things, and it is collectively known as citation index. So let us talk about its historical concept. A form of citation index was first found in 12th century in Hebrew religious literature. The first practical application of this concept was Shepherd citations, which is still in use since it has been used from 18th century, 1873, and it has been used as a legal reference tool. It has all the legal cases discussed, and there is a proper way of writing, so that in new cases these are all cited. The first modern citation index was suggested by an information scientist. His name was Eugene Garfield, and he suggested the first modern citation index in 1955. Later on, he created the citation index in 1964. It represents an important innovation. It was a great innovation at that time. This innovation was related to knowledge organization and information retrieval. We have lots and lots of knowledge all around us, but to retrieve the information from that knowledge was certainly a new innovation. So, how was citation indexes designed? Basically, citations indexes were designed so that if we want to find citations of certain research work, then we can find it in an easy way. So, the role of citation indexes is to make citations findable. Weinstock initially defined citation index as structured list of all the citations in a given collection of documents. These lists are usually arranged so that cited document is followed by the citing document. This was initially the basic definition of citation index. It was a list of all the citations, and they were arranged they were arranged in such a way that cited document followed by the citing documents. A better form was suggested and explained by McVey. He explained that a true citation index has two parts. First, a defined source index and a standardized or unified cited reference index. So, according to this, all new citation index are based on this explanation. Let us discuss some more. So, this figure is that explained by McVey. As you can see in the figure, on the left, two articles are shown. These articles are represented in the part of citation index called source index. See, in this article there will be a lot of references given in this article, and lot of references are given in this article. What happens? First of all the references are collected in this box, and all the references given in this are collected in this box, and these two boxes were referred as source index. These references which were collected from these two articles had a long range of metadata with them. This metadata included, what does that include? This includes the author name, title of article, title of the journal, and the list of bibliographic references contained in this article. So this source index, what does this denote? It is therefore a comprehensively described set of the index material from which cited reference will be compiled. So what we have done, we have extracted all the references and we have put them in a box. In these box, all the references that were mentioned in the two articles are collected. Now what will be our next step? Let's see. So again we are seeing the same diagram. Now see this figure on the right. On the right we have a list of references from A to J, and these list of references have been derived from the source index. As you can see from the diagram, these references, this right part, represent the cited reference index. Here, each reference points back to the article in which it occurs, or we can say it points back to the source index. So, citation index is thus derived from two parts of indexing of a source material. What have we done? First of all, bibliographic entries are created for each source item. What we have done? All the bibliographic entries created a source index. This we can see from the picture. Then cited references are captured into separate index. Now all the cited references that created source index are captured into single index in a different index. Now you can see we have all sort of references, but the duplicate the same have been written only once in this index. So we can say here identical references are unified. And then after that we created cited reference index, where we have given, if A is cited 2 times, then we have given it article 1 and 2 and so on. So this is cited reference index. So in this way a citation index is designed. This is the resulting two-part structure, which is the basic architecture of the citation index. Now, what are the advantages of a citation indexing? Now, we are discussing, we are designing. So, what do we get finally? So, citation indexing eliminates the need for intellectual indexing. It has the potential of being automated to large degree. So, if citation indexing has been done in a proper way, then there is no need for intellectual indexing. If a person who is not known to certain things, he can also search as guided by the citation database, and he can finally get its required work. It also overcomes the problem of vocabulary. If a person is not writing sentence in a proper way, then also he will be able to find what he was requiring. It also overcomes the language barrier, because citation patterns, especially in scientific disciplines, generally in scientific disciplines, are same in all languages. So it also overcomes language barriers. So it is more easier to search for a certain thing. Literature searches using citation indexes are highly effective in gathering a large number of relevant documents quickly. So not only for literature searches, for scientific searches also, or any other searches, if citation indexing has been done properly, then it is very in no time we can find the relevant work. Also, the most important thing in citation indexing is that if we are able to view the number of citations and the frequency of being cited, we can find that where the work needs improvement in the quality, and if the work has been effectively noticed, that information we can retrieve in a very easy way. So we can also improve ourselves in the particular field where we are lagging behind, or we can also find that the other people are citing your work and they are using your work. So information retrieval is also very fast with the citation indexing. Now citation in analysis. Now we are talking that citation indexes have been made. Now which tools, what are the sources for citation analysis? So there are several tools available for citation analysis. Whenever we want to analyze our work, that it has been cited or not, or what are our citations of a certain paper, then there are several tools available on the internet that we can use, and some are subscription based and others are free to use. As we will discuss in another video, that every tool has its strengths and weaknesses, and none of them is capable to cover all the articles or all the publications in the whole world. So it is better to use more than one tool to find to get a full picture of the impact of your work, or the author that you want to research on, or the journal in which you are sending your paper. So in this way we can identify we can identify the status of our work, and if we want to identify what the status of journal has, or what is the status of certain author, we can find through citation analysis. Now for citation analysis or citation indexing has been done by several service providers. So we'll be discussing all these in our next video, which is related to citation databases. Actually, we have lots and lots of data, and now these data have been collected in an organized way in some databases. These databases helps us to retrieve our information or the information regarding certain work or a certain author or a certain journal in a very effective and very little time. We can extract the information. So we'll be discussing this in our next video. I hope the information about citation indexing, it was very brief introduction, is very clear to you. Thank you.